Hey guys, it's my week 3 VSG update post-op video. And I have so much to talk about. First of all, I had VSG surgery, vertical sleeve gastrectomy, um, on August 15th, 2017, with Dr. Alejandro Gutierrez through Mexico Bariatric Center in Tijuana, Mexico. And my starting weight, or my highest weight, was 250, and my pre-surgery weight was 231, and my weight today is 214.6. For a loss of the week, the weekly loss is 5 pounds. I didn't have an update last week, guys, because I was so frustrated. I actually made a video and then I didn't get around to posting it because I didn't edit it. But last week, my weight loss was only 1.8 pounds, and I was so pissed. So let's just go back to that for a second. I felt like I can barely eat anything. I'm like eating, like the softest, most boring, gross foods. Like I wasn't enjoying food at all. And to like not have lost weight after this surgery, like I was just looking at the scars on my belly, and like last week freaked me out with the weight loss of just 1.8. I was like, what? Like 1.8 pounds is like what I used to lose when I was just like, I don't know, like when I was doing like not so serious dieting. So it was really weird that I was like, this is ridiculous. We're donkadoo. And then that like set me off my typical thing. I know everyone's going to be like, listen to your doctor, which I totally get. And good for you for listening to your doctor. I am like a do my own research, figure my own shit out kind of person, and always have been. So I started researching like other ways to lose weight post VSG, and some of them are like, no, nothing new. Like it was like keto, it's like we're already doing this, we're already doing low sugar. But I came across a fantastic person who I've been following, and he said that intermittent fasting is basically what you're doing on VSG. And he also said, here's the controversial part, okay? I'm not saying you should do this, disclaimer. I'm just saying this worked for me. I tried this. He has this whole thing that will freak you out about how radical it is and how much he is just a rebel to what you usually hear from doctors and nutritionists. Oh, and he is a doctor, by the way. He's not just like some random dude, like passing out advice. He says that we don't need as many meals as everyone says we do. He's like, this whole 3 meals a day thing, he's like, trace it back. It's a cultural thing. He's like, we do not need 3 meals a day. He's like, the human body was meant to live in a fasting state. Okay, I know you guys are freaking out at this point. But I started kind of researching it, and I found there's other people who believe this, and he also has all these interesting points around believing that the human body is meant to live in a fasting state. Now, by fasting state, that doesn't mean that like you're fasting all the time. It just means that there's a short window of an eating period, and then there's a longer fasting state. So I took this advice and I did his most moderate recommendation, which was 8 hours of an eating state, and then the rest of your day, 16 hours of fasting. So I basically just looked at what was happening in this 8 hour period. And then he also is like, don't do the 5 small meals thing. He's like, that's ridiculous. And he also had this thing that he's like, your body knows when it's hungry. Obviously, that is not speaking to VSG patients. So I started kind of also thinking about, okay, I'm going to try this intermittent fasting thing, this 8 hour period of just eating within those 8 hours, and then the rest of the time not eating anything. But you can drink. So I did that, But I also was taking in at the same time, I was like, okay, these other things that I've heard about what I want to put in my body to not lose my hair is we need high protein, we need high collagen, we need vitamin A for our skin, we need electrolytes so we don't become dehydrated. Oh, this is another one, guys. This is another like radical crazy thing. He's also like, we don't need 8 hours of water a day. Like this is, or 8 hours. We don't need 8 glasses of water a day. He's like, this is ridiculous. Again, he's like, people can be fine on 2 to 3 waters a day. And he said that dehydration has nothing to do with water. He said it's electrolyte, minerals, and protein. So he basically makes this point that like when you drink water, what comes out in your pee is electrolytes, vitamins, minerals, and protein. So he's saying, why are we putting so much water in our bodies when stuff that we want in our bodies is what comes out as a result? And so his whole thing, and he has patients and clients and people that like swear by him, and he's very popular on YouTube. His whole thing is he's like, you need 2 to 3 glasses of water a day. And he's like, but you can also supplement your water with like electrolytes. So you can like drink mineral water, or you can drink electrolyte water, or you can make sure that like your liquids have vitamins in them. And he's like, this is the way to help ourselves from dehydration. And he actually makes this big fuss about like how you can actually die from drinking too much water. He's like, I forget the name of the state, but you can create this awful state in your body from drinking too much water, which basically just like depletes your body of everything you need because of the water. So there you go. Anyways, all I can say, guys, I'm not the expert, but I did decide to follow this guy. Something in me was like, I trust him and I'm interested and I want to try this. And so I lost 5 pounds this week, and all I did was I focused on protein, collagen, biotin. I did like really high fats this week. Like I did salmon, and I would like put almond oil over my salmon, almond oil, avocado oil. I did eat a lot of almonds. And then I did like a little bit of greens underneath my salmon, and I would like eat that over 45 minutes or however long it took me to eat the portion. I would just like keep waiting till I was like able to get another bite in, and then I would just like eat it. I just like let myself have these really long meals. But I was able to get in like a good 4 ounces of tilapia fish and 2 whole tablespoons of avocado oil. So it was like very satisfying. And then I also made raw eggs smoothies, and it's a lot of calories, but it's really good for you. And I just did like a one raw egg, 1 scoop of my chai vanilla protein powder, and then I put like powder collagen in that, and put some spinach in that. And what else did I put in that? Oh, I also put almonds in that, and then just water. And like that was a lot of calories, and that would also take me an hour to like drink that, because I think when it was finished, it would be like 12 ounces maybe of liquid. But, and I would put like crushed ice in it. So it was like super cold, which made it easier to drink. So anyways, I felt great all week. I had plenty of energy. I didn't worry about like getting in the water. I just focused on like the kind of liquids I was putting in my body. So I have this coconut, alive juice. I think, no, it's called Hello Water, and it's like coconut water, has electrolytes in it, has 0 sugar, which is awesome. And I had a lot of that. And then I also had I had some Isopure. But you know what freaks me out about the Isopure, you guys? Have you experienced this? Ugh, it's so gross. It's like you drink it and then you feel like you have like slime, or like, like a gross like gooey booger, and like on the top of your tongue. And then like I felt it so bad that I like put my hand on my mouth to be like, what the F is that, like on my tongue? And I literally like scraped my tongue, and I was like so scared that there was going to be like a snail back there or something. And like I looked at my finger, and it was just like this white, like gooey, like it looked like mucus. And then I realized that it was the Isopure, like the whey protein isolate that they put in there. and it like all kind of like the little what the hell is it called? Like the little taste buds on your tongue that like stick up or whatever those are that are, like make it like sharp. They like catch the protein in like the Isopure, and I was like, oh, gross. So I don't even know if I can drink Isopure again. That was like freaky experience. But I'm really excited about my weight loss this week. And I had a kind of cool thing happen. I like sucked it in. And I look, when you like suck it in and you give yourself a little looky-loo and you're like, I wonder if I could look like this. So I sucked it in and I looked in the mirror and I was like, maybe my overhanged belly, like maybe that could like stretch back. And it was just like this moment of like, like it's already not so hung over, but it just looks like so much skin when it's like actually hanging over. It's hard to imagine that it could ever like stretch back to being like flat, but it was like, oh, that like, of course I'm still like heavy. I've only lost like a total of like 16.4 pounds since surgery. But wait, that's awesome. So 3 weeks, in the last 3 weeks since surgery, I've lost 16.4 pounds. So that's like an average of 5 pounds a week right there. So awesome. And God, it's funny. Everyone says like when you're going through this, you're like, why won't it come off faster? And it's so true. It's like, I just feel like my whole life has changed. There's so many changes I've made, you guys. Like, I think I shared this in an older video, but like I grew my nails out. Like I've never been able to do that before. Like, I don't know. It's like crazy. I've been able to grow my nails out. And my face has like cleared up. And like it could be because of the sugar, but like also I'm like taking better care of my skin. Like let me see if I can like get a better close up on here. But like I don't like, this is a scar from when I had chickenpox when I was a little girl. But like my skin is like mostly flat, like besides my little like moles and stuff. And it's cool. Like that's really cool. I have never had like even fairly clear skin. I've stopped kind of like messing with my face. Like some of my like nervous habits have gone away. Cause like I used to like pick at my nails and my cuticles and like bite my nails. And then I also was like, you would like scratch at my face if I had any blemish or something. And like, I don't know, like, how could VSG like cure that about me? I don't know, but, I think it's because doing this surgery was such an affirmation that I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking a step to like change my life and take care of myself. And then like when I actually did it, like now I'm just like, yeah, like I'm taking care of myself. Like who's going to be the woman she wants to be? This woman's going to be the woman she wants to be. Like who's going to be the bomb ass killer lady? Bomb ass killer lady sitting in front of you right here. So it was like, I don't know, but I just feel really good. And yeah, like what else has changed? Like I just feel like I have zero tolerance for like toxic people. Like I have this student who I really love, and she's an adult. She's like 10 years older than I. She's always got some drama going on in her life, and a lot of times she really wants to talk to me about it, and I've always been so happy about it. But the other day she called me and she wanted to talk. I mean, we were actually already on the phone for like an hour, and she was still going on about like her breakup. And we hadn't even gotten to the state where I was like, where are you now? Like, what's happening now? Like, I knew that she broke up and that she was calling me because she wanted to talk about it, but she was so wrapped up in like the story. And I totally get it. No judgments. Like, we need to do this as women with our friends sometimes. But it was like, I was kind of just like, oh my God, like, I feel like I'm in such a healthy place. Like it's so hard to just like be present with someone else's drama, especially because it's not just because she like needed to talk. It's because you could tell that she was really in that state that people get into when like they can't see past it and they can't see the solution. Like I wanted to get to the part where I was like, how are you doing now? Like how are you going to move forward? Like what did you learn from this? Like is there a way that you can think about what happened and think about what you want for the future and take that with you, or, like, I don't know. I just wanted to like get to the solution. And it was like after an hour, I sort of was like starting to feel bad because she was bringing up all this stuff about just like men being the worst and like love being the worst and like dating being the worst. And I was kind of like sitting there in my backyard and I was just like looking at the beautiful trees, and I was like looking at my house and like thinking about all the beautiful spaces in my house that I like love sitting in and relaxing in. And I was noticing that like I was starting to feel nervous because of the way she was talking. And it just made me feel like, you know what? I don't want to hear like all this negative stuff about love. Like, I want to attract a great man into my life, and I don't want to sit here and like ruminate and on like how love is so bad and dating so bad and men are so gross and bad. And it was like not my jam. So I just was like, you know what? I have work to do. Like, I really want to talk to you about this and be there for you, but I have so much stuff I need to get to, and I'm glad I got to catch up with you for at least an hour, and maybe we could talk later. But then I also was like, after we talked, I'm like, I don't think I want to talk later. Like, I think I need to get that shit out of my life. So I feel changed. I feel very changed. 5-pound weight loss. Whoop, whoop. And yeah, there were so many things I thought about this week that I like wanted to make videos about. But honestly, I like wasn't sure. I kind of had this feeling that I was like, nobody wants to hear about your stuff yet. Like, you're just a beginner. Like, no one wants to hear about every thought you have or what you're going through. Like, I thought about posting when I was about to do intermittent fasting, and then I just was like, no, I don't want to be like talking about every stupid thing all the time. Like, no one wants to hear about that. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to stick to weekly updates for now. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday. I'm watching all your videos too. If you're watching me, I'm watching you. That's how I roll. Whenever I see someone that like watches my video or comments on it, I'm like, ooh, I gotta check out what they're doing. Like, what are they up to? So, yeah, I'm always really curious about what people are doing. So I'll see you guys next week. Love you. I love you. I do love you. This is like my community. You guys are my peeps. Okay. Sorry for the shaky video. Bye.